Word, son. What do you do, YouTube? It's your boy, Jay Divine. All right, man, before we get into this video, make sure to hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share the word spread links because you know how I do. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, click the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload. Without further ado, let's get up into it. All right, man, so as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again with another installation of NCAA. This time we are doing NCAA 09. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Now, of course, 2009 was when I started getting around to getting to the sports games, because that was when I actually got my PS3. So NCAA 09, I definitely remember putting in a crazy amount of time with that. Oh my God, I put so much time in NCAA 09, it was ridiculous. Because of course, that was when at the time I, like I said, I got my PS3, so I was like a diehard sports advocate or addict, if you will. Like NCAA and Madden 09, those are the two games I put the most time in, whether between Campus Legend, Dynasty mode, and then taking Dynasty mode and bringing my draft classes over from that, and then going into Madden and starting a franchise over there, trying to pick up my draft classes that I drafted over, trying to get them all, but of course you can't get them all. But yeah, I spent a lot of time with NCAA 09. As far as the gameplay goes, man, the gameplay was very if you look at 08 and 09, it's pretty night and day, you know what I'm saying? You can see the actual differences between 08 and 09. One thing's for sure is there was a few things I know that they added. They had this thing where if you threw a pick, say for example, if you threw a pick, right, they would give you a small little quiz, because whether or not your players have composure to them. So if I threw a pick with Tim Tebow and then say for example, he was he's on fire, right? Not warm, but he's on fire. So say for example, if he's on fire and I throw a pick, it'll ask me 3 different plays, and then it'll let you run it through different frames and see what coverage he was in. And if you picked right, then he won't lose his composure. You know what I'm saying? But if you picked wrong, then he either he went back to regular or he went cold. But I thought that was kind of cool. And then sometimes if you call timeout, they'll also let you pick what your point of emphasis is, whether it's to shed better tackles, shed blocks, get better tackles, play tighter coverage. There were so many things that you can have them do as a point of emphasis, kind of sort of, or a way of trying to get your team to play a certain way, or harness in a different way of trying to change the way that they're playing on defense. So that was cool too. Trying to think what else is there. As far as gameplay goes, man, it was pretty different, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like I said, it was so much more easier in NCAA than it was in Madden. You know what I mean? It was so many things that you can get away with on NCAA that you really couldn't get away with on Madden. But gosh, man, I don't know what to say. G, I just remember putting in so much time into this game, man, and I remember when I used to play Dynasty mode, I used to always pick the FCS teams, and I used to just beat the living shit out of every single one of them, just to kind of boost my team's morale until the later on in the week when we're actually going up against a top 5 team. But gosh, man, yeah, this NCAA 09 was a pivotal point in my life, man. I do remember NCAA 09 very, very well. But as you can see, of course, in the menu here, they abandoned the shrine per se, the shrine menu type of thing. They abandoned that and they went back to the regular traditional way of the menu style. We have 2 new mini games. They have horse, which is pretty much you kicking a field goal, but you have to you have to replicate where they're kicking it. You can make a 99-yard field goal with 100% wind behind you, pushing the ball forward, or you pretty much have to replicate the field goal that the team kicked. And if you miss, of course, you get an HORSE. You know what I mean? And they had this thing called I think it has something to do with kickoff, special teams return, or something like that. Whatever it is. Yeah, they have that, and of course the regular traditional other 3 mini games from the last NCAA. They just added those 2 on at regular. We finally got mascot mashup from NCAA 09, because NCAA 08 didn't have it, but we did have mascot mashup in NCAA 09, and that was sponsored by Coke Zero. Yeah, man, we had that. Mascot Mashup was pretty fun, you know what I mean? It was one of those modes where it was you really just didn't have a care as to what was going on. It was just, again, a fun time and a fun mode to play when you were either playing with your friends or you just really didn't have nothing else better to do with your time. And you could pop that mode on and just really have yourself a ball. Dynasty mode was something that I would probably say it didn't really necessarily improve per se. They kind of really just brought it over from NCAA 08 over to NCAA 09. So I would just say the menu style is a little bit more different. You know what I mean? That's probably the best thing I could come up with. But yeah, the Dynasty mode was pretty much just as deep and as intuitive as it was in 08. Now, of course, later on throughout the years of NCAA, it got deeper and it got better. So yeah, but Dynasty mode is always going to be Dynasty mode. But this was the year where I believe they added online Dynasty mode, where this one was the one where it took it over the top, where you could actually have an online Dynasty, and I believe that you could take that online Dynasty, you can convert that to offline if you wanted to pick up, I guess, where you left off from during an online Dynasty. Let's say if the Dynasty crumbled or fell apart, or the people that you had in there were just no more, they didn't play anymore, or you know, like I said, the league just fell through. You can take that and convert it offline, to my understanding, and you can pretty much just play it offline and pick up where you left off. One thing that I did notice though, in Dynasty mode, you were able to change coaching jobs. So if I was with the Florida Gators or whatever, and I wanted to quit my job, I can uproot and go to a different school if I wanted to. Not sure how that process went, but that was one thing I noticed inside of Dynasty mode when I was in there. Let me see, man. As far as NCAA as a whole, 09 as a whole, it was revisiting this, man. It just put me back in that mindset of like, you know, you know when you first get a console and you only have like a certain amount of games. Like, that was me per se, you know what I mean? So the games that I had, I played the hell out of them. So I was able to discover a whole lot of things and kind of get a grand understanding of how this game worked. And when I went online, I used to kill when I was online. You know what I mean? Between that and Madden, until on Madden, somebody ended up doing a glitch. I don't know if y'all remember it, but there was a glitch where I believe you went from a guy would come out in goal line and he would glitch back and forth, or no, he would spam audible between goal line, goal line, shotgun, goal line, shotgun, goal line, shotgun. And then if you did it a few times, the game would glitch your quarterback and make him run past the line of scrimmage, going through your center and walking all the way past to wherever he would like either stop him at or wherever he would want him at. And say, for example, if I'm at the 40-yard line, the quarterback would literally run. He would walk all the way as far as you wanted him to go. And as soon as you snap the ball went immediately to him. And then the guy wouldn't run. He can't run nowhere. He'll just be frozen in time. And that was the way of how he actually got to beat me. There was no way of stopping it. That was like literally the only way that he could beat me. So after that, I was pretty much done with online after that. And that was in Madden 09. But yeah, man, it was a very interesting time to be around during NCAA 09, and like I said, revisiting it, man, it just brought back old memories. And this game here, man, when I was playing against Florida State, man, golly, this is one hell of a game too, man. It was a real back and forth barn burner. You know what I mean? I ended up getting a fumble recovery on here and taking it back for 6. Yeah, man, just gosh, man, I don't want to gush over it for too long, but NCAA 09 was a game that you really had to check out. If you really loved NCAA and you were on par with all the releases, this was something you had to go pick up. But of course, you know, as time went on, you know, the NCAA just got better. It got better and better and better from each iteration. Because again, EA at that time always had the inkling to always say, okay, how can we be better from last year's installation? How do we make ourselves separate from the last one? And they proved that every year, ever since, you know, they decided to come to the 360 and PS3. But yeah, NCAA, it was fun, man. It was a fun time to be around. But yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. I'm going to get up out of here. Make sure you hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share the word, spread the links, because you know how I do. I'm going to get up out of here, man. It's your boy Jay Divine, and I'm signing out. Peace.